Hi everybody, it's me Sissy. Wanted to show you my new car. This is a 2017 Chevy Spark. I just got it. I had a 2007 Ford Sport Track, which I loved. I loved my truck. I'm a truck girl, but it was just getting a bit too much for me to upkeep on it, and it was having some mechanical problems, and it was kind of high off the ground. And I take care of my mom. She's 74, and she was having a hard time getting in and out of it, so it was a little bit of a struggle for her to climb up in it. So I went and traded my beloved baby and got my new little Sparky, and I have to tell you, I'm really loving it. I'm getting like 35 miles to the gallon, and my poor baby Sport Track was getting 13. On the inside, it is surprisingly roomy. I'm kind of short. I'm very short actually, but I have no problem. Lots of leg room for me, and my son is considerably taller than me, and he gets in the back with no problem when he will ride with me. But I'll show you the back seat. Oh, Diet Cokes, don't look at those. But it'll seat four pretty well, as long as you're not really tall. And of course, when I'm driving, the seat slid all the way up, so there's more room on that side. And it's got a little hatchback. You can just pop the hatch, and it opens up. And the seats will lay down if you need room, and this little flap comes off. And I can get a whole lot of stuff in here. I have loaded it down, going to get my Dollar Tree stuff, or going to Lowe's and picking up stuff. I haven't had anything yet that I wanted that I couldn't get in here. So, and for a little tiny car, it drives really good. I was expecting to be bounced to death because I'm so used to a big heavy truck and it, you know, holding the road. But this is really good. I'm going to get in and drive a little bit and film some more in just a minute. Okay, and you see here it's got a backup camera, which I love. I've never had one of those before. My Sport Track did not have that. And I am the world's worst backer, so it's come in handy for me. And I'm loving the satellite radio, which you'll see it's going to pop on in just a sec. There you go. So I can listen to all my oldies. Got 60s on 6, 70s on 7, 80s on 8, 90s on 9. So I'm loving that too. And I said it rides real smooth. Not a lot of inside, you know, road noises when you're inside, and it does have a jamming sound system, which everybody at work has been laughing at me because they can hear me when I come down, when I pull in the driveway, because I've got the windows rattling, because I do like my music a little loud. So you know, this is probably really bad trying to film and drive, but I'm by myself, and it is kind of cool. I am loving it. And when I went to buy it, I went online, I researched them and everything, and I wanted something that got really good gas mileage, that had a fold-down seat in the back, and cargo space and everything, and that had a good dependability rating. Because when I bought my Sport Track, though I did love it dearly, there were things about it that I didn't know, and had I known it, I probably wouldn't have bought it. For instance, the transmission fluid, you can't check it in a Sports Track. You have to take it to the dealership to have it checked, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. You have to put it on a lift to have it checked. And I didn't I didn't do any research to find out how much gas mileage a thing got, or anything like that. I just saw it on the lot and I wanted it, and every time I rode by I just kept saying I want it, and finally one day I went in and I bought it. Not the smartest thing I've ever done, but I did love it, and I drove it for 10 years, and it was a good truck, but it got 13 miles to the gallon, and gas went up to $5 one time. I was having a conniption fit trying to figure out, can I afford to go to work and buy gas for this monster? But we made it through all that, and I took a lot of trips in it, and it was really good and everything, but I did not know of all the problems it had with transmissions. If you go online and Google it, it is just amazing how many problems they have with the transmission in a Ford Sport Track. But anyway, that's what finally started messing up on mine, was the transmission, and it was in the shop for, oh gosh, 3 months, in and out, them telling me that it was fixed, and it wasn't fixed. I took it back to the dealer and everything, and they just couldn't get it fixed. So finally they told me it was fixed, and I had already spent a lot of money, and I hate to spend money. So I went online, started looking up cars, got pre-approved for a loan, and the last time it went in the shop, I just made up my mind, as soon as it comes back, it's gone. And that's exactly what I did. I'm going to turn the camera around. I don't know how good you're going to be able to see me. I need a car mount, I guess, but I don't have one at the moment. But I'm going to turn it around, and y'all can see me while I drive until it falls off the dash. Oh, that's going to be terrible. Anyway, I'll hold it. Didn't cut it off. But anyway, I'm driving and doing this. I'm probably going to get killed and it'll be on video. Maybe it'll go viral and I'll get 10 million viewers. No, anyway, I'm joking. I'll cut that out. But anyway, I went online and I researched it, and I picked out 4 different cars that I liked, and I went to a dealership here, a local dealership here where in the little town I live in, and when I pulled in the driveway in the parking lot and pulled up to the building, I realized that this was not a good idea, because the minute I pulled in the driveway, I was swarmed by like 4 people out the door, like they were fighting to see who could get to the vehicle first, and it kind of startled me, and I'm like, whoa, I don't know if I like this, because I don't like high pressure. I want to look at something and decide and make up my mind, and don't want somebody pushy, you know. But anyway, I got out, and I guess whoever won the toss, or whatever kind of, well, as we say in the South, what kind of a pissing contest they were having, the guy came over and introduced himself and asked, you know, started talking to me, chit-chatting, and I don't know, I wasn't impressed with them, and I just had a bad feeling from the start, and it didn't get any better, because I told him exactly what I wanted, and what I wanted to look at, how much I wanted to spend, and he showed me everything but what I wanted to see. I told him I wanted something that was kind of SUV-like, with a hatchback or fold-down seat or something I could carry stuff in, and I wanted something, you know, with the low payments and what my price range was and everything. Every car he showed me was for that particular dealership, though I told him that I was open to used ones or a new one. It didn't matter as long as it was in my price range. Well, anyway, he took me and he showed me one car, and I'm like, that's not exactly what I had in mind. This used car sitting right here by it is kind of more what I have in mind. I would like to look at it, and I want to drive it. So he hemmed and hawed and said, well, okay, let me go get the key. So, and it was blazing hot, y'all. It's really hot here in the South, and it was particularly hot that day. I don't like to sweat, and I was standing outside, and I was sweating. I was just miserable. He went and got the key and came back and was showing it to me, and I was like, well, okay, let's go for a ride. And when he put the key in, it wasn't the key. Oh, I'm sorry. I got the key for that other one I was showing you. I'm like, well, I don't want that one. I want to look at this one right here. Okay, well, let me go get the key. And I'm thinking, well, didn't you just go get the key? I was aggravated, but anyway, I say that a lot, don't I? But anyway, so he went in, he got the key, came back. I can't find the key. Let's try this one and see how you like it. I said, but I told you this is not the one I want, okay? I don't want this one. I don't want to look at this one. I'm going to leave now. Well, I'll go get the key and we can drive that one. I said, no, I'm just going to leave now because this is ridiculous. well, just come in and talk to my other manager. I was like, okay, yeah, okay, I'll walk in and talk to your other manager. And we walked to the building, and he went in, I turned left, got in my car, and left. I wasn't gone 30 seconds, and they were already calling me on my cell phone. And that just made me really mad. I'm like, you know what? Anything you needed to say, you could have said when I was standing on your dealership asking to look at a car you had that you couldn't show me because you didn't have the key or couldn't find the key. But anyway, I left, and I was so aggravated I didn't go look at anything else that day, though I really wanted to get a car that day. The next day, I got up, and I said, well, let me try this thing one more time. Next day, I decided I would try it again and go to another car dealership. So I went to, was actually right next door to the one I'd gone to initially, and I pulled in, and I gave it a second to see if I was going to be descended on by a plague of locusts, and I wasn't. I was like, okay. And I went in. They had a very lovely little waiting area there with a receptionist at a desk. I walked up in, and she was very pleasant. May I help you, ma'am? And I was like, yeah, I think I want to look at a car. Yes, ma'am, I'll get someone for you. And not one time did anybody rush up and rush me and, you know, like, oh my God, we're dying to sell a vehicle. She called a salesman. He came out. He was very professional, polite. I told him exactly what I wanted to see. He showed me exactly what I asked to see. He discussed each vehicle, whether it was the brand that, you know, they were mainly selling, or if it was a used car that was just on their lot. We talked about price. It couldn't have been better. I mean, it was so easy, and it was, I mean, I didn't feel pressured. We drove the vehicles. We talked about the good points and the bad points, and he never jumped up and said, oh, the hours. This was Chevy place, because I actually did end up buying a Chevrolet, but it was a Chevrolet dealership. And he didn't push the Chevy. I was looking at a Nissan and a Toyota, and I can't remember what the other one is now, but there was another one. But he was, he told me the good things about all of them. He told me the bad things about all of them. He even told me bad things about the one I was getting. But I mean, wasn't major or anything bad. But he told me that one, the other one I was looking at, it was a Honda Fit. Actually had more cargo space, but it had some things about it that I had found out on the internet when I was researching, and I didn't necessarily like those things, and they were kind of a deal breaker for me. So, but the salesman couldn't have been better. He didn't pressure me. He, told me what was in my price range, wasn't in my price range. They did a great appraisal of my truck and gave me a fair price for it. Not as much as I thought I was going to get, because, when you have something, you think it's worth $1 million when it's really not. But anyway, they did that, and then the car that I ended up buying, there was a manufacturer rebate or incentive, and so I got that, and it got it right in my price range, actually within $5 of what I said I wanted to pay for it. And the finance, Bobby Road. So the finance department, I went through them. Even though I had gotten pre-approved for credit, I went ahead and went through their credit department to see if I could get a better interest rate, which they did get me a better interest rate, so that made my payment even a little bit lower. So I did end up getting an extended warranty, which I think was well worth the money. Some people say they're not, but I'm single, and I don't know anything about cars or taking care of them, so when a car will tell me when to take it in to get the oil changed, that's what I need. And I got the, it came with a free oil change whenever it needed it, and it automatically checks the pressure of my tires and sends a notice to the service shop, so they'll know when to fix it. And I got all the little add-ons, free trials, Sirius radio, which I love and I might keep, and OnStar, which I don't really like the OnStar navigation thing. I'd rather just use my phone. So I haven't really used it, and it has the Wi-Fi hotspot and all that stuff, which I haven't used. I don't know if it's worth the money. When my trial runs out, I'll look at the prices and see if I'm going to keep that. But I'm probably going to keep the Sirius XM radio because it is really good. And I would play you. I would turn it on and show you, but I don't want to get a strike on YouTube for copyright infringement of a song I don't have rights to. But anyway, I live in a little town, Sumter, South Carolina. And the dealership that I bought my car from was Jones Chevrolet. And I know Jim is probably not watching this. That was my salesman, but he was really good. So hi, Jim, and thank you so much for your help. And he has contacted me several times since I bought the car to make sure everything was okay. Did I need anything? Was there anything I didn't understand, or you know, even showed me how to set the radio preset buttons to my favorite station. So I just thank so much. And the owner at the dealership came over and talked to me, and we actually found out that we had some people in common that we knew, and in a small town that happens a lot. But it couldn't have been more pleasant. I was thrilled with the whole experience. So if you're in Sumter and you need to buy a car, go to Jones Chevrolet. I am not paid for this endorsement, but if Jones Chevrolet would like to pay me, but anyway, y'all have a great day. And for those of you who think you've gone crazy and that I look different now than I did in the first of the video, my camera died and this is a different day, so it's different hair and different makeup and different sunglasses. So everybody have a great day. Bye.